Ladies and gentlemen, rate limit exceeded. Nah, no rate limit exceeded here, ladies and gentlemen. We deliver news through thick and thin. If there wasn't even any social media or any electricity, we will still find a way to send the message to each and every one of you guys, the loyal supporters of this channel, every single day. We must bring you the news and keep you guys informed. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. And there seems to be quite a bit of talk that's happening in regards to Marc Cucurella. Let's go. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. This is the latest that's happening. Look, obviously, Twitter has absolutely broken down. I need to find out exactly why. Apparently, there's been an announcement by Elon Musk, and since then, it's been all chaotic. I've not done my research on it. I was out all last night, and I came back quite late. I thought about doing a stream, but thought later on, you know what, I'll watch a bit of Ashes, and it was quite exciting, by the way. Ashes is really yeah, man, it's quite riveting at the moment. It's going to be a fantastic last day. And then after that, I went to bed. So I don't really know what has gone down in Twitter, but somehow I'm still managing to get all of these tweets through my laptop. My mobile phone Twitter app is absolutely hammered. It's gone. I don't know what's going on. Now, in regards to this particular news, ladies and gentlemen, if the right offer comes in for Marc Cucurella, it will not be turned down. It is coming from Jacob Steinberg, who works for The Guardian, as we know, and they do have some sort of reliable sources. And this is off the back of this particular list that was provided by Nizar Kinsella earlier on before Twitter collapsed. In the second phase, so first phase, we saw a whole heap of players leave, and now the second phase. In the second phase of the selling effort, Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart could raise a further 100 million by selling Romelu Lukaku, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Trevor Chalobah, Cesar Azpilicueta, Christian Pulisic, Marc Cucurella. Now, one name that really stuck out for me, obviously a lot of people will say about Trevor Chalobah as well, why is he in the list? But he was always, not consistently in the team, so it's not a massive surprise. Marc Cucurella, however, it's a player that our owners bought with a hefty lot of money, 62 million. Once again, doing business with Brighton is not easy. And as much as I love Marc Cucurella, I think 62 million was a bit too mad. And I think this is probably why Manchester City pulled away from Marc Cucurella. They wanted Marc Cucurella, if you remember. They could potentially leave. This is coming from Nizar Kinsella. Let's now talk about this. More specifically in regards to Marc Cucurella, that's where I want to focus this particular video. And there's a couple of other bits and pieces of the news. More kids have been bought, so we'll get to that. Marc Cucurella. This is a serious conundrum, ladies and gentlemen. This is honestly a serious conundrum. Let me first talk to you about the player. I know some of you guys don't rate him. I've watched him a lot during Brighton, the sole season that he had in Brighton. He could play left back, he could play LCB, he could play left wing back, and he was so dynamic. He pressed well. His technical ability with the ball was fantastic. I think that's what stood out the most. His ability to play as someone like a pseudo midfielder. Do you know what I mean? Like not just as a traditional left back who can bomb up and down, but someone who could tuck in, be inverted, and play as a midfielder. And that was a huge sort of like a different artillery to Brighton's game under Graham Potter during that stage. So that's what really caught the eye. And then obviously, his ability to really press high up and win the ball high up against the opposition right back. I still remember that game against Arsenal. Tomiyasu earlier on in the season, not last season, season before that. Tomiyasu was absolutely ripped apart by Cucurella. Cucurella was having a laugh on that particular day, and he scored a couple of goals, I believe, during that season, one against Man United. It was quite dynamic from that left side, and some of his deliveries as well on the left side was looking really good. However, we then got him last season, and I was so excited to be able to get Cucurella off Manchester City. Manchester City was all over this particular player. He was looking to leave as well. He didn't join the pre-season for Brighton, and Man City were keen to get him, but Man City did not want to get to that 62 million, which Brighton were looking for. And we came in, and Thomas Tuchel was a fan, I suppose, and we were worried about whole Ben Chilwell situation. You know, him having a big injury. How's he going to react after that? The Achilles injury, and we brought in someone like Mark Cucurella to give Ben Chilwell a solid competition, but at the same time giving us that flexibility, that tactical flexibility with Thomas Tuchel back then playing a back three where he could be deployed as a LCB and a left wing back, and at times playing as a if he's a left wing back could be inverted. So that tactical flexibility was the one of the biggest reasons why he was looking to come through. However, the chaotic season that it really didn't turn out well for Mark Cucurella, much like for many other players. There were some matches here and there, glimpses where he played really well. I remember, I think it might have been against Dortmund in the Champions League. He went through 3 or 4 matches where he played really well, and that was after there were some personal issues. He had some illness. I think his house got robbed as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was a lot of stuff that went through last season. Obviously, when he came in, a few games later, Thomas Tuchel got sacked. So I don't know how that would have been for him, what type of reaction that might have been. I don't think it would have been positive at all. And yeah, a lot of fans turned on him. Eventually enough, lost his place. Ben Chilwell came in. Ben Chilwell initially was struggling, then slowly got into his act, and then he had that hamstring tear. So, and all throughout that time, we then saw the introduction of Lewis Hall, and Lewis Hall did very well. And then through the middle parts of the season, Lewis Hall again, for some reason was dispatched away, and then faith was once again shown towards Mark Cucurella and Ben Chilwell. And then Lewis Hall later on in the season came through and performed well once again. Could have had at least 3, 4, 5, 6 assists if our attackers could put the ball away, more specifically Kai Havertz, if he was able to put the ball away. And then we have had the other story of Ian Maatsen, who was absolutely killing it in the championship for Burnley. And I'm pretty certain Ian Maatsen ended up being one of the player of the championship, player of the season in the championship. I think, being on the left side. So he had a absolute stellar season, and you guys all know, the OGs of the channel would know how much I rate Ian Maatsen. So now we're in this conundrum as we speak. We have Ben Chilwell, who signed a contract extension. I think I'm pretty sure it takes him for a further 3 more years. So he's probably got a contract extension till about 2026. Correct me if I'm wrong, something like that. It's long term basically, or maybe it's up to 2027. So we've got Ben Chilwell, who signed a contract extension already. So I highly doubt he's leaving. And for me, he gave me a leader type of vibe this season. He really did. The way he spoke, some of the comments, he gave me a leader type of vibe. And at his absolute ultimate fitness, he is a very, very good left-sided player. And then Pochettino next season goes back to the back four, traditional back four. Ben Chilwell thrives as a left back. And defensively, Ben Chilwell is very, very good as well. It's just, can he stay fit? Now he's copped an Achilles injury, which, was it an Achilles? No, it was ACL. He copped an ACL injury, which was detrimental to his cause. And then that hamstring injury, which he tore his hamstring pretty much. So how he's going to fare, something to look at, something to absolutely look at. Lewis Hall, what do we do about him? For me, Lewis Hall is a fantastic player, but I don't want to keep Lewis Hall in the team just for the sake of keeping him in the team. We have to give him minutes. No point in rotting him in the bench if we are not being able to at least introduce him off the bench on a regular basis and then give him that odd, starts here and there in the domestic cups. Don't forget, we don't have European football at all next season, so not that many games to go about. So if we're going to keep Lewis Hall, we must have a plan. Much like all the other youngsters in the team, we have to have a plan. So there's that. Ian Maatsen, what do you do about him? He's not going to come back to Chelsea Football Club to play second fiddle anymore. He'll have one eye towards Burnley, who has helped promote, and Burnley created a record, I think, quickest time to qualify for the Premier League with like 7-8 games still remaining, or 6-7 games still remaining. And he was an integral part for Vincent Kompany's Burnley, the rise of Burnley in the Championship. So there's that. Ian Maatsen, what do you do? Do you and his contract as well? Like, I don't think is that for that long. So we'll have to find a solution there. Do we sell him? Do we give him a contract extension? Maybe loan him out to Burnley, allow him to play in the Premier League? I think Vincent Company would absolutely love that, to have someone like Ian Martin in his ranks again. And then Mark Cucurella, we've just bought him for 62 million last season. I would find it. I like this player a lot. I would love to see him stick around at Chelsea Football Club for one more season at least, just to see how he does, because I know the level of player I saw in Brighton. So, what do we do? What do we do? This is where we are at the moment. I mean, this is why I'm not one bit perturbed. And this particular news of Mark Cucurella, if the right offer comes in, we will not turn it down. It's not too far-fetched. It really isn't too far-fetched, because we're so stacked on that left side. The wealth of talent on that left side: Chilwell, Cucurella, Lewis Hall, Ian Martin. It's fine. Whatever happens, it's fine. My personal opinion in all of this, what I would do, honestly speaking, I would keep Cucurella for one more season just to see exactly what he can do. I think he can be a fantastic artillery for Pochettino. His energy, his intensity, his technical ability, I think that could be something immense. If it clicks, I suppose this is the thing. Once it clicks for Mark Cucurella, I think he's probably better than a lot of those players as a package, in my opinion. Like, for instance, Lewis Hall. I think he's still got a few things to learn when it comes to defending, but obviously moving forward, he's fantastic. Ian Martin, moving forward, is absolute genius. As a defense, once again, probably lacks a little bit. Ben Chilwell probably gives you good balance, but he doesn't give you that technical mid. I don't think Ben Chilwell can be an inverted player. Lewis Hall potentially could be an inverted player. I don't think Ian Martin wants to be inverted. He wants to be probably the widest player. So Mark Cucurella, for me, brings my personal opinion. I know you guys could absolutely disagree with that, and that's fine. Probably brings the most balance across all of those players. So I would keep Mark Cucurella. I would keep Ben Chilwell, of course, because I look at him as a leader. I would most likely look to loan out Lewis Hall, because I'm worried if I'm keeping him, I don't have enough minutes to give out. And with Ian Martin, I'm sorry to say, he'll probably have to be sold. If not, try and find a solution with contract extension and then sending him out on a loan to Burnley for one season in the Premier League. That would be ideal. But I'm not sure if that's exactly what's going to go down. But that would be the ideal scenario. I don't want to lose Ian Martin. And then at the end of next season, really make a judgment between Chilwell and Mark Cucurella as to exactly what needs to happen between them. So that would be my policy. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think that we should be doing. As I said, second phase, 100 million to raise. Some final bits and bobs, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea has completed the signing of Alex Matos from Norwich City, capable of playing in midfield and attack. Matos featured for Norwich under 18s and under 21s last season. He scored 3 goals in the Premier League, 2 for the latter. Look, I got no idea who some of these players are, and I don't know. Hopefully, we have a plan. Strasbourg, we need that other club, that other multi-dimensional structure that we're creating. Yeah, we need that club from Portugal, Rio Aviv or something like that. I think that's what they're called. Let me know in the comment section. So we need that other European club massively to send some of these players, because obviously we can't just send everyone to Strasbourg. Official Portugal under 21 international Diego Moreira, highly thought of. Lots of hype about this particular player. Once again, I don't think he's going to be in the starting squad as yet. The main squad, the first team squad, has completed a move to Chelsea from Benfica. Don't know too much about any of these particular players. I just hope that we have a plan for them. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, all news is in regards to Mark Cucurella. Let me know what you feel about this in the comment section, what your thoughts are. How would you play this out? Who's going to be your 2 left backs? Potentially Pochettino looking to play a back 4, unless somehow he surprises us and does a back 3. So let me know in the comment section. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.